We lost one bolt, our horn mount fell off, and our cam cover has left the chat.
Andy, what did you do? What did you do, Andy?
Strong, you're gonna definitely notice a difference on the road.
Yeah. Guess what day it is?
Dyno day!
Dyno day! T-minus, probably like
we're late.
20 minutes.
We're late.
We're a little late. Don't point at me.
Wait, there's a trooper.
There's a trooper. Stop flying around. There is a little bit of a problem here. We have a problem. When Eric brought the bike down yesterday, Andy started the bike up and
Tried to,
and he said, "Oh no, that's not right." We're like, Eric said, "Well, what do you mean that's not right?" So
I thought it was just a tune, remember?
we thought it was just a desperate need of a tune. Well, Andy is thinking that there is a pinhole in the fuel line.
Fuel pickup line that's in the tank.
Yes. So now, unfortunately, he couldn't really do anything about it yesterday,
And
right?
they don't have one stock at the shop.
Right.
But we're thinking when it got really low on fuel, is creating a pocket around this air pinhole.
Yeah.
So, because the bike was low on fuel, so I filled it up with gas yesterday on the way down, and I think once it got the gas around the line, I think it's fine. And I also brought a full can of 93 in the back of the Jeep here. So we're gonna keep it topped off between every dyno run, and we're gonna also have a fuel pressure gauge on it, on the dyno, to make sure we don't lose fuel pressure.
Because if we lose fuel pressure, that's no bueno, and we gotta scrub it because we'll blow our engine.
Yeah.
So we're gonna keep our fingers crossed. So keep your fingers crossed for us, guys.
Cam chest is in.
Dun dun dun.
Bottom end's in. Wow. That's the Revolution rod, right? Or the Revolution cranking rod. Yep.
Revolution cranking rod.
So your cam chest is ready to go now?
Cam chest is ready to go.
Wow.
Oh God, squeeze in between here. Nightmare. Don't touch anything. Here she is. She's here.
Oh, look, with my note.
That's
me.
You gotta put the note. Yeah.
Are we wearing gloves today? No, I'm just kidding.
Because I know how to clean the grips in the seat now. Right?
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Ooh, hello, beauty.
What do you think of the air cleaner, Andy?
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. I just, they just tuned I just tuned two with see-through air cleaners. One with a BA and the other one with the Trask.
The Trask, yeah.
The BA performs better.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good to know.
Nice.
Yeah, that's for our people to hear.
Yes, because someone asked us.
107 MH with identical head pipe.
Yeah.
Mufflers were a little different, but I don't really attribute much to that. But there was maybe a 2% difference.
2% for the same price bracket.
Yeah.
2% is 2%.
And so people were asking us why about the Trask and why we didn't go with that one. One of the bigger reasons was because the Trask also only had the purple filter,
The red filter.
red purpley, maroonish, whatever filter, and I did not want that. So Feuling offered the black, and that is what. All foggied up.
There. It had like 0.2 and 0.1 changes that go from the adaptive strategy. Means that when you rolled out of here, the tune was dead on. The computer didn't feel any need to make any adjustments, and only on one cylinder.
Okay.
So it's now been updated for the 525 cam.
Yep.
Okay, I've changed I added a little spice to the secret sauce. I've changed the AFR targets a little bit for the higher horsepower or higher performance application. So we're pretty much ready to rock and roll. It's all loaded into the bike.
Nice.
Got to air it up and go.
Yeah. Woo!
Someone's already recommended taking a bunch of fuel out of the bottom.
Wow.
So this is really cool.
All right. You gotta go through all the things now. Everybody's gotta check all the boxes. awesome. That's loud. Sounds good. Stop.
It should get a little choppier once they clean it up.
All right. I like the sound. Yeah, it actually cleared up completely.
Oh yeah.
It's all clear in there, yeah.
Conversations can happen all
Yeah.
the time.
Woo! She sounds good.
Again, the way the fueling cam is ground, it's a lot more efficient down low, which is why I had to take a lot of fuel out down low, and it requires more fuel up high because it's moving more air.
Okay.
Andy, what did you do? What did you do, Andy?
Did you put Loctite on that, Tanya?
Hey, don't blame me. All right, guys, so we had air control swinging in the breeze here.
It's okay. We're okay.
We're okay. We didn't blow any lines. It unbolted because Eric.
I would actually zip tie.
Yeah, just put the airlines right there, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
zip tie that to that.
Okay.
So we can't really do anything.
Dyno's really tested out for you. They test out your bike to see how many bolts do you find at the end of a tune that rattle out.
Depends on who put it together. Sometimes they need
Hey, don't say that.
Sometimes they need room in the dustpan. No, you guys are doing good. You know those magnetic bolt caps that everybody's selling now, the really expensive ones? Yeah. Eric just found one.
Yeah.
The last bike.
Yes.
They just
drop right on off.
Just jump off.
It happens. But it's good. It tests it out, right?
Yeah.
Because we wouldn't want that to happen while I'm riding, so.
No.
You're scared of me when your face dropped. You're like, oh no. I was like, oh my God, what happened?
I just thought something blew up. I was like,
I thought there was like gas leaking or something.
can't show too much of his secret sauce though. Your secret sauce isn't on here, right?
Nobody's gonna know what's going on
Oh.
here.
Well, this is the VE table, and you can see here. Remember what I said? Okay, this here is where the fueling cam is more efficient, and I was taking fuel out from where the stock cam wanted it, and here is where it's requiring more air. So it's just, you know, in the mid-range, you know, not too much of a change, you know, a little bit here and there. You know, it took some fuel out here, so the efficiency requires more, you know, so who knows, your gas mileage might get better.
Yeah.
Oh, hey. All right, starting it up.
We're dripping oil.
We're dripping oil.
Not a lot. We're watching it.
We didn't even tell them yet.
Oh. We'll explain in a second.
We'll talk to you about it.
The dyno spits things out.
How it ran, that was 40% throttle at most as I was ripping through the gears. You know, that's going to be like on the street.
Right.
You know, so, but I mean, the torque curve is huge. You know, it carries, the torque curve carries all the way to, and then, you know, horsepower. This is really well balanced.
That's perfect.
You know?
That's perfect. That's what we were hoping for, to fix the tensioner issue, right?
Right.
And
Well, right. You fix the tensioner issue, and your torque peak was at 3,000 before. Now your torque peak is between 3,500 and 4,500, depending on the run. You know, little peaks and valleys there. But your max horsepower was at 53. Now it's at like 53, 54.
Okay.
So, you know.
Yeah.
This is what we call onesies, twosies.
Yeah.
But seriously, you know, no two run, and that's why I did it like this, so you could show people. These runs were sequential, one right after the other.
Yeah.
And you know that's a little bit of variation there.
Yeah.
You know.
And not to mention that the last time we had this bike tuned, it was probably 20 degree colder outside.
Well, that's the denser air is gonna make a difference too. It's gonna help.
It's warmed up now a little bit, so
Yeah, it's balmy 63 degrees in here.
Yeah, and last
like
time it
40.
was 40. So
Yeah.
that's a big
It
difference.
was cold last time.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Andy. Thank you. You're making it run good. I mean, we spit out some parts. We're going to talk about that in a minute when we get
Well,
outside.
look, you didn't need the dustpan. I told you some of these things. Some professional builders have brought me stuff in here that I've had to come back here with a broom, a dustpan, and half my toolbox to make sure I could finish a dyno run. You guys did fine. Believe me.
We lost one bolt, our
bolt.
horn mount fell off,
Right.
and our cam cover
Is melted.
has left the chat. But we were able to band-aid it enough and monitor it, so.
Right. Well, like I said, also on startup, it's still a little flunky.
Yeah.
And that's because of that.
That.
Right. So once you get that changed, we'll see how the startup
Yeah.
is. May need to bring you back down here for a quickie. We'll wait, just clean up the bottom because that seems to be where it's doing. And of course, we'll do another full throttle pull
Okay.
since it's hooked up there. And,
Yeah.
we'll see where we're at there because I'm confident that it's mostly good.
Yeah.
It's just like I said, but I could tell when I started up until the thing purges all the air out of it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So. Because
Well,
when that pressure's sitting there, it's just coming out, and it's got to build up, and it, kind of,
He's talked about the fuel pick,
Yes.
the fuel line inside,
Yeah.
right?
Like I said, which is probably that, and the tensioners are probably the most common problems on these bikes.
Okay. Well, good to know. You'll be getting your hands all gassy then.
Yeah, great. That's how I like it.
Yeah.
So what's next? We unloading it.
She's strong. You're gonna definitely notice a difference on the road.
Yeah.
That's it. She's gonna rip. You got your stoplight blaster that you wanted.
Yes.
Yes.
And you thought that there was no solo cup.
There's still a solo cup rating.
Still a solo cup rating.
This one's
We're in a celebratory drink.
This is a one solo cup celebratory until we get home, and then we'll have a few more.
Oh yeah. Cheers. I know. Dyno Day has come to an end. And,
with a puddle of oil.
And not without problems.
Yeah, why don't you tell them what couple?
It was the Dyno Day from hell. And not because it's anybody's fault, but maybe a little bit of our own fault here.
Yeah. And you know, maybe some choice of selections of the parts.
Some of the things were not our fault. So we talked to you guys, I think, already about the gas line having the pinhole. We have to address that. That's going to be a nice little job to get done. So that's the first thing. The two things that actually happened while we were here on the dyno, we lost the horn that held our control for our air. So that's pretty much a minor fix. We need a longer bolt. So that's pretty much an easy fix. The next and last thing that we came across was our cam cover melting to shit.
Yeah, I had heat wrapped the pipe, and the spacer I'd put in there is the temporary thing.
Yeah, this temporary spacer dropped out.
It left the chat, and that's just the heat shield that's melted on there. That's just the heat shield, but the plexi or whatever it is decided to melt, and
because the pipe did end up touching it before we could notice that the spacer had fallen out.
So,
and here we are.
You guys were right.
You were right, but only right because it really wasn't leaking because of its own fault.
Yeah, it melted.
So we have a solution. We are going to get another clear one because I'm dead set on
We're gonna make it work.
We're gonna make this work, but it's not gonna be a special this time,
or the Roland Sands,
or the Roland Sands, because we did do some research, found out the Roland Sands is pretty much identical to the knockoff one that we bought. So to avoid all of that, we are probably gonna go with the Trask. It is a different design. It's wide open instead of having a little bit of the chrome in the middle. But the difference with that is that the plexiglass is actually recessed and it recedes in here to almost outline your pipe.
Yeah, so, like the stock cam cover.
Right. So you have a lot more leeway.
I mean, this was not Prestige Custom Cycles' fault in the dyno at all. No. They've been amazing, and we can't thank them enough for their hospitality while we were here, just like the last time. So they're in Elmsford, New York, Lower Westchester, but you can bring them from anywhere to get here. It's awesome. So,
and we got to meet Richie, the other owner, this time, and actually I've known him previously through other events that we've been to, and what a guy. Like, amazing guy. It's just really great to work with. So we just want to thank you guys so much for being a part of this. And
I think they want to know numbers.
Should we get the sheet out? All right, let's get the sheet out.
So like we had said, we weren't expecting a big powerhouse out of this, because when you do a cam chest on a bike like this, they'll say 14% from the Feuling 525. And but we already had true duals and an air cleaner, so, and it was previously dyno tuned. So we gained about,
got yourself about 5 horsepower.
5 wheel horsepower.
And, yeah, you didn't. And torque stayed about the same.
5 horsepower.
Yes,
baby.
5 horsepower, but the curve is really nice. So this is the torque curve up here. So the stock torque is higher because of the stock cam that was in it, but then the fueling picks back up. Then the horsepower still does the straight up. And now you'll see that the stock cam had a little bit more down low, but then it drops down and the fueling takes off up top.
Yes. So it's a little more high on the higher end where the fueling actually picks up and gives you your horsepower.
And what did Andy say about the pipe? So he said that with the stock tune, it was a lot easier to tune with these long, steady Custom Cycles pipes and the Bassanis. With the fueling, it runs so much more efficiently that he had a hard time with it was like lugging around. So he dialed in, and they actually scream up top, but we all know.
Obviously, if we had a different exhaust, guys, we would definitely be getting more power out of this, but that's not the look I want. I don't care. I want the look more than I want the power. So I really just want my bike to run right and good and smooth, and if I can get horsepower out of it, then that's
and
even
no
better.
more cam tensioners failing. We have to worry about that. So we solved a huge problem. We gained a little horsepower.
I mean, 5 horsepower, that's pretty cool, right?
What more do you want?
Why not, you know? So pretty awesome. What's the actual numbers here for them?
So we are...
Oh, by the way, guys, so it's really funny. We actually were here exactly a year ago on March 22nd.
Yeah.
And we didn't even realize it until we printed out the sheet and saw the dates. And we're like, how does that even happen? So pretty cool. But anyway, so we have our numbers.
So there you go. The old was 73.4, the new is 77.9, and we actually lost slightly,
Like a
not even any
pinhole of torque,
but
yes. But that's okay because we gained it in horsepower,
Yeah.
so it's all right.
And
but
the bike it runs great. It
does.
really does run great. And remember, it was 20 degrees cooler that day.
it was, so it does make a difference, Andy said. Overall, we're so happy, and we couldn't ask for a better person doing this for us. So thank you again to Prestige, to Andy. This was great, and the Road Queen is not off the chopping block yet, guys.
Three more things to
Three
fix.
more things to fix here, and we
let's-
will be addressing that.
there's our air controller. It was wrapped in a towel, so it would hit.
Do we have our horn?
Yeah, the horn's
Okay.
in the bag.
So yeah, we're gonna get to work now on all the extra stuff we
It's
have
more
to deal with
content
now.
for you guys. It's gonna be fun.
So for Patreon this week, we have 4 new members. 4. We have Enrico Romano.
I like that.
Like it. We have Willie Rodriguez H. We have Jordan Meisenhelter. I hope I said that right.
I hope so.
I hope so. And then we have Brian Hadley.
Thank you.
So much, guys. We appreciate your support more than you know. It really helps us. If you guys are following us already on Patreon, you would have seen all of this stuff throughout the week about what's been going on during our dyno day. So if you like the idea of knowing some things early, join us on Patreon. And as always,
Thanks for watching, guys.
stay tuned for the next one.